Ana de Armas appeared on Jimmy Kimmel Live to promote her upcoming thriller, stepping onto the stage in her signature elegance. The audience greeted her with cheers, expecting the usual witty back-and-forth banter. Jimmy opened warmly, complimenting her performance and throwing in light jokes, but within minutes, the tone shifted. He launched into a string of personal questions about Ana's past relationships. She laughed nervously at first, brushing off the comments, trying to steer things back to the movie. But Jimmy pressed on, probing her about rumors and gossip columns, something Ana clearly didn't come to entertain. Her smile faded as Jimmy smirked, playing to the crowd. The audience chuckled uncomfortably. She tried to deflect again, but Jimmy interrupted. "You've dated more movie stars than the Oscars," he joked. That line didn't land. Ana's face changed, the temperature on set dropped. Ana sat upright, her posture shifting from relaxed to rigid. She gave Jimmy a long look, the kind that said, "Stop now." But he didn't. "We're just having fun here, right?" he said, gesturing to the audience for support. Laughter trickled in. Ana replied calmly, "Fun's not the word I'd use." The audience hushed. Jimmy's grin stiffened. "You're saying I'm being rude?" he asked, with a chuckle that tried to diffuse the tension. Ana didn't blink. "I'm saying this isn't why I'm here." The silence became uncomfortable. Jimmy stammered something about teasing being part of the show, but the tone had changed. Ana's accent sharpened slightly as she added, "There's a difference between teasing and disrespect." The words hung in the air like smoke. Jimmy shifted in his chair, clearly not expecting pushback. Ana didn't smile. Jimmy tried to recover. "All right, let's talk about your movie then," he offered, clearly flustered. But the damage had been done. Ana, composed yet visibly upset, began describing the plot, but her energy was muted. Jimmy interrupted again. "Is this another one of those mysterious roles where no one understands what's happening until the last 5 minutes?" he joked, mocking her film's narrative style. Ana stopped mid-sentence. "You didn't watch it, did you?" she asked bluntly. He hesitated. The crowd laughed awkwardly. "I skimmed," he admitted. "That was the final straw. You invited me here, made jokes about my personal life, and didn't even bother to see the film," she said, voice steady but cutting. Jimmy tried to respond, but Ana stood up. "I think we're done," she said. The crowd gasped. A producer could be heard whispering off camera. Security didn't intervene yet. The show was still live. Jimmy, clearly caught off guard, half laughed. "You're not seriously walking out, are you?" Ana stood firm. "Why would I stay?" she asked, eyes locked on his. Someone from the production team stepped forward, trying to calm the situation. Ana shook her head. "You don't get to humiliate people and call it entertainment," she said into her microphone. Jimmy sat frozen, unsure whether to plead or pivot. The cameras kept rolling, unsure whether to cut to commercial. Ana turned and walked slowly toward the edge of the stage, pausing only once to glance back and say, "You owe your guests more than punchlines." With that, she exited stage left. The audience sat in stunned silence as the feed finally cut to commercial. Behind the scenes, chaos erupted. Producers scrambled. PR reps called each other. Jimmy left his desk, pacing backstage, clearly rattled. A rep caught up to Ana near the lot exit. She refused to return, telling them firmly, "This isn't just about tonight, it's the culture." The clip of her walking off began circulating before the show even ended. Viewers who had tuned in live started screen recording, uploading snippets to social media. Twitter caught fire. Ana de Armas walks off Kimmel trended within the hour. Fans debated the clash. Some called Jimmy's jokes harmless, others called them outdated and invasive. Memes were made. Screenshots of Ana's death stare went viral. Overnight, the walk-off became the biggest celebrity story of the week. Morning talk shows picked up the story immediately. Good Morning America discussed it during their entertainment segment. CNN ran a piece titled "Ana de Armas and the Rise of On-Air Resistance." BuzzFeed published a frame-by-frame breakdown of the interview. TMZ camped outside the studio hoping to catch either of them arriving. Ana released a short statement through her publicist. "I expect interviews to be respectful. Last night's wasn't." Jimmy said nothing for 24 hours. His silence only fueled speculation. Podcasts debated the ethics of celebrity interviews. Female journalists and actors chimed in online, many applauding Ana for calling out a pattern of minimizing serious artists in favor of scandal-chasing content. Some noted this wasn't the first time Jimmy's interviews had rubbed guests the wrong way. Eventually, Jimmy addressed the situation in a follow-up episode. Standing before the audience, he opened with a serious tone. "Sometimes we get it wrong," he said. "Last night I made a guest feel disrespected. That was never my intention, but intent doesn't erase impact." He paused, then added, "Ana, if you're watching, I'm sorry." The crowd applauded, but the sincerity was debated online. Was it damage control or real remorse? Ana didn't comment. She went quiet for several days. During that time, clips of the interview reached millions of views. A Reddit thread dissecting the moment reached the front page. YouTubers posted breakdowns. TikTok creators reenacted the walk-off. It became more than a moment, it was a movement. A celebrity, refusing to play nice, had drawn a line in front of millions. Support for Ana grew steadily. Natalie Portman posted a photo of Ana with the caption, "Respect is the baseline." Florence Pugh commented, "Say less, Queen." Fans rallied around the phrase "not here for punchlines," printing it on shirts and hashtags. Someone even remixed Ana's final words into a viral sound clip used on TikTok for walkout videos. Meanwhile, Kimmel's team went into full PR mode. Invitations to future guests were scrutinized. Pre-show briefings became stricter. Producers advised Jimmy to stick to safer topics. Internally, the mood was shaken. One insider reportedly told Variety, "That moment changed the way we think about the entire format." Ana eventually returned to the spotlight, appearing in a Vanity Fair cover story. In the interview, she addressed the incident directly. "I wasn't angry, I was tired. Tired of being expected to laugh when I'm not in on the joke." She discussed the pressures of being a Latina actress in Hollywood, the double standards, and the line between playful and demeaning. The article was widely praised. Journalists called it one of the most honest celebrity profiles of the year. Her film, once buried in controversy, got a resurgence in buzz. Audiences showed up. Critics applauded her performance. The walk-off had become a defining point, not a distraction. Other celebrities took note. Interview dynamics shifted. Brie Larson asked for script review before appearing on a late-night show. Zendaya requested a no personal questions clause. Media outlets began re-evaluating how they approached stars, particularly women. Ana's moment had triggered a broader shift in expectations. A university media course added a lecture on the Armas linea, a term coined to describe moments when celebrities take back control of the narrative. The legacy of that night was expanding. The original clip now had over 100 million views combined across platforms. Still, Ana never milked the moment. She didn't make it a brand. She didn't capitalize. She just kept working. In the months that followed, Jimmy Kimmel Live saw a dip in ratings, not dramatic, but noticeable. Younger viewers were drifting. Analysts called it the authenticity effect. People didn't want to see celebrities mocked anymore, they wanted connection. Other hosts adjusted. Seth Meyers became more empathetic. James Corden, though already under fire, saw more backlash. Ellen's old controversies resurfaced. The public wanted change. Ana had unintentionally become the face of that change, not because she shouted, not because she fought, but because she calmly walked away. That kind of quiet power had ripple effects. Power in silence. In choosing dignity. At an independent film festival, Ana received a standing ovation when her name was announced. Someone in the crowd shouted, "We've got your back." She smiled and nodded, but kept her speech short. "I believe in boundaries. I believe in respect, and I believe in the work." The applause was deafening. She became more selective with media appearances. Trusted interviewers only. No more surprise questions. Fans supported it. Ana had rewritten the rules for how stars are treated on camera. Her career flourished, not despite the incident but because of it. It reminded the world that actors aren't props for punchlines, they're people. Eventually, Jimmy and Ana met again privately. Industry whispers confirmed the meeting happened at a neutral venue, with reps present. The talk was reportedly civil. They cleared the air. No cameras, no apologies issued publicly, just mutual understanding. Ana didn't return to his show. She didn't need to. But she didn't hold a grudge either. As she later said in an interview, Forgiveness is not about returning up, it's about moving on. Her response was once again graceful. The moment passed, but the lesson lingered. The phrase "kicked off Kimmel" became internet shorthand for any moment where a guest flips the script. It wasn't literal, Ana hadn't been dragged off, but the way she exited, with dignity and principle, gave the phrase weight. Every year, more stars echoed her courage. More interviews became collaborative, not confrontational. And while Jimmy continued his show, it never felt quite the same. One moment of careless mockery had redrawn the power balance, and Ana de Armas became a symbol of what it looks like when you choose yourself even under the spotlight. Today, when people mention the incident, it's no longer with scandal and mend-up, it's legacy. Ana's refusal to entertain disrespect became a new gold standard, not for drama, but for self-worth. She didn't scream, she didn't slam, she didn't perform rage. She simply walked away when enough was enough, and in doing so, she taught millions watching that it's okay to choose silence over spectacle. In a world addicted to spectacle, her walk-off became a revolutionary act, proof that dignity, once shown, doesn't need to shout, it just needs to stand. Then step away.